Welcome, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Great.
Good.
If you could share your slide deck, that would be great. We are recording today's pitch, and just so that you are aware, you have to reiterate again, you have 12 minutes to deliver your pitch. At the 11-minute and 30-second mark, I'm going to spotlight myself just as a flag that your time's concluding, and then we'll have 6 minutes for questions. And we already see your deck, and you sound great, so go ahead and start your pitch when you're ready.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Katie. Hello, everyone. My name is Karen Elliott, and I'm the co-founder of an innovative SaaS application that helps contact centers optimize their operations and maximize their profitability, all with the click of a button. So how long should you have to wait on hold when you're trying to get customer support? I recently was on hold with Air Canada for over an hour. Being put on hold for an hour is unacceptable. Even 5 minutes is unacceptable. Waiting on hold is a huge problem across all industries. We should be on hold for less than 20 seconds, and companies want to answer your call in 20 seconds. And I know this because it's been my business for more than 25 years to help companies figure out how to make this happen. We all think the answer is hiring more people, but exactly how many more? Knowing the ideal number of agents you need is actually complicated to figure out. You might have Susan juggling calls as well as emails and texts. Bob called in sick. Steve did what the majority of contact center agents do, and he quit after 6 months, and there was no one trained to take his place. And companies like Air Canada deal with all these issues, along with multiple languages, multiple locations across the globe, with staggering attrition rates, and they are desperate to know how many agents they need at any given time of day in every single location, so that when customers contact them, there's always someone there to respond. But you can't just hire more agents and throw them at the problem thinking that will be the solution. 80% of operational expenses at a contact center are salaries. You can lose millions of dollars if you hire more people than you need. Companies hire consultants like me to help them because there is no simple or quick way to figure out the ideal number of agents to have. Organizations end up creating these homegrown, formula-driven spreadsheets in Excel to do complex capacity planning. And look at this horror show. There is no margin for error. If you are just 1% wrong, it results in a loss of almost $900,000 in a 300-seat contact center. My business partner and I have been building these capacity plans for more than 20 years, and these plans can take weeks, if not months, to develop. Huge companies like Walmart are still using spreadsheets. They can lose multiple millions of dollars from just being 1% wrong. Imagine this is what companies are dealing with to get your call answered in 20 seconds. They can't afford to be 1% wrong. We have been waiting for years for someone else to solve this problem, and we finally got fed up and did it ourselves. Our solution is Cinareo, the game changer. We built a solution that is a simple step-by-step wizard that doesn't require you to have a PhD in math to figure out. We capture all the multiple variables and data points with all the complex formulas hidden under the covers. So instead of spending weeks or months building complex Excel spreadsheets, you simply enter the data and click a button to calculate. So what's our secret sauce? Well, our solution uses unique and detailed algorithms that take into account and differentiate between different channel types, agent proficiency factors like the new hire learning curve, and we integrate company-specific shrinkage factors that impact productivity. We use multiple data points and variables to determine the most effective resourcing plan wrapped inside an extremely intuitive interface. We have a patent pending, and being able to offer this type of accuracy within an environment that even a novice can use has made organizations reap huge cost and time savings. Cinareo ultimately provides an easier, faster, and more accurate way to do capacity planning. So if inflation is squeezing your budget or your budget gets cut, Cinareo will quickly determine ways you can avoid layoffs, maintain your service levels, and absorb the budget cut and still maintain high customer satisfaction. If you need to increase customer retention, Cinareo will optimize the number of agents and support staff you need to meet your customer demand and provide options for stellar customer service. And if you want to reduce agent attrition, Cinareo will help you improve productivity, boost agent performance to reduce turnover, and tell you the costs of hiring ahead of attrition. So instead of spending hours or days agonizing over the proper formulas and calculations, Cinareo can reduce your risk of error and increase your level of accuracy. One of our current clients has told us that using Cinareo saves them up to 75% of their time compared to using Excel. Imagine this type of efficiency for every single call made to Air Canada. You miss your flight and you're getting it sorted out in 20 seconds. This type of efficiency would be impossible to calculate easily without complicated, time-consuming spreadsheets, but it is now possible to do within minutes using Cinareo. There are over 60,000 contact centers just in North America alone, which is over 80% of the market right in our backyard. We have 3 target customers. In addition to consultancies like our current client, PwC, our focus is on in-house contact centers. So companies like TD Bank, for example, who might have a contact center in their branch. Then there's also business process outsourcers or BPOs. Some companies hire BPOs to handle all their customer support, either year-round or when they have to scale up fast. Elections Canada is a good example of this. They do customer support in-house, but when an election ramps up, they hire a BPO to provide additional customer support. I've been a consultant with elections for the past 2 federal elections to optimize their contact centers, and they are now giving Cinareo a trial run to see how it can benefit their operations. Workforce management platforms have been around for a long time. Many are well cemented in the market and do a fantastic job at forecasting, scheduling, and intraday management. But for some reason, which I cannot understand, the piece for workforce capacity planning has been neglected. Excel was never meant to be a capacity planning tool. It needs expensive human power, and the risk of getting it wrong is high. None of these platforms even consider capacity planning their support staff, and those roles are vital as the agents themselves. And none of these platforms consider key performance indicators like the cost per channel, which is vital for financial management. Genesys is a global leader in contact center solutions spanning over 100 countries, and they actually used to have a capacity planning solution until last year, but they got rid of it because it was clunky, difficult to use, and it needed a huge amount of customer support. They have recently gone back to the drawing table to design a new solution until they realized that we had beaten them to the drawing board. So instead, they've come to us to ask if we can join their app foundry and be the solution that their customers are looking for. They were anticipating spending the next 3 years developing a solution, and we're amazed we've built something so intuitive that they'll be able to use it and integrate it themselves. So we recently signed a partnership agreement with Genesys to offer their customers a plug-and-play solution for capacity planning, and we'll be working with them to build integrations directly into their platform. We are also in similar conversation with other key software platforms as well. We've gotten a tremendous amount of momentum since we launched our software in September last year, and we have several paying customers in Canada, the US, and the UK. Although we initially targeted small to medium-sized contact centers, large enterprise organizations have proactively been reaching out to us to see if Cinareo will work for them. We have proof of concept trials happening with some of them currently. One is FoundEver, one of the largest contact centers in the world. They have over 200,000 agents globally and over 500 workforce planners. So imagine having 500 people dedicated to capacity planning in Excel and the millions of dollars of potential savings they could have using a scenario like Cinareo. These enterprise organizations are thrilled to know that we're positioned to tackle a pain point they have been suffering for years. We are charging our current clients $25,000 for an annual site license, and this is going to be rising considerably over the next several months as we build in additional features and functionality. Our sales strategy is based on a few different approaches. My business partner and I have been connecting with potential customers through our extensive relationships in the network for direct sales, specifically targeting North America as a starting point. We're exploring a VAR model within several geographies, and we're also working on forming partnerships with workforce management platforms like Genesys to do direct integrations. Our intuitive software solution leads little to no training before clients can start using the tool effectively. So the uptake has been very quick and the benefits and time savings are immediate. Our roadmap over the next 12 months has important features that we want to build for these large enterprise prospects that they're waiting for. These big companies are knocking on our door and we want to serve them, but we need the funding to do that. This is why we need you. We're currently refactoring our code to make it more scalable to an enterprise level and to meet the needs of the Hydro-Quebecs and the CIBCs and to meet all the needs of these big companies. We need to scale up to handle multi-skilled agents in multiple geographies across the globe. We're also designing an AI recommendations engine that's going to go beyond just helping organizations make informed choices, but also automate the blending of skills to maximize productivity and cost savings. We've talked to these companies and they are excited about the potential that is at their fingertips and they're waiting in the wings for us to deliver. So we need to scale up quick and move aggressively, knowing that they're waiting to jump on board. So that's why we need funding now. Our financial forecast includes anticipated aggressive growth over the next couple of years. This includes bringing on board dedicated salespeople, expanding our team to handle additional partnership agreements, and adding more staff members, as well as extensive marketing support. We anticipated a large jump in revenue over the next couple of years with our partnership agreement with Genesys, who has over 1 million customers worldwide. But our primary focus is to bring these key features into the tool that customers have told us directly are vital to their success. With our extensive experience in the contact center industry, we are in an ideal position to deliver the best possible solution, but to do it quickly, we need the money to do so. Our goal is to raise $1 million to fund our roadmap over the next 12 months to address the key asks by prospective enterprise clients as soon as possible. Investment will be used to scale up sales staff, bring a data scientist on board, and help fund the development of our priority roadmap features. This investment will also be used to build API integrations so that clients using any workforce management software can just plug and play our solution into whatever platform they might be using. This is an ideal time to invest because as soon as these key features are launched, we will be the only capacity planning solution on the market that directly addresses the pain points for these enterprise clients. Mark Alpern and myself are the co-founders of Cinareo. Like I've said, we both have 25 years of experience in the industry. I specialize in digital transformation and software design and spent 12 years with the IBM Innovation Lab, simplifying complex software with a focus on the user experience. My co-founder, Mark, has built contact centers from the ground up and is a workforce management expert. We have been working for the past decade together as successful management consultants, optimizing contact center operations, and we truly understand the pain points that exist in the industry and what contact centers need to be successful. We also are working with 2 key advisors who have years of enterprise software solutioning experience under their belts. With these advisors and the strong validation we have received in the market, we believe we have developed a solution that can redefine capacity planning in the contact center industry. So come talk to us and we can do a deeper dive into our solution and show you how it is already making a huge impact in the marketplace. And when you invest in Cinareo, you are making sure that every call to Air Canada is being answered in less than 20 seconds. Thank you.
God. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Yes.
I hear you.
Great presentation, Karen. Thank you so much. We're going to watch for some questions on the chat, but in the meantime, I just want to clarify that you have not raised funds yet. You do have a BDC loan, but and you're okay with the Shibu convertible note and with a cap of $6 billion.
Yes, we have a BDC loan, and that's what we're using for funding only.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Questions from the group? If it's too long to type, I'm willing to take people popping on. So how big is your team right now and total and in terms of developers?
Okay, me and my co-founder are the owners of the company. We have 2 key advisors, and right now we have a 6-person development team. So we have a contract based with an offshore company, and we scale up or down as we're building features and functionalities into the tool. So it ranges anywhere between 2 and 6 developers at a time.
Okay, great. And your revenue, can you talk about that a bit more between product services and also, what is recurring?
Yeah, so we are on an annual recurring subscription base for $25,000 a year for a site license right now. So currently this year, we'll probably would have made around $200,000 by the end of this year. We are just starting our Genesis integration over the next month or 2. And so that will hit the App Foundry as of January next year.
Okay.
So our profits will go up. We do have already 1 renewal happening, and we're starting to onboard a couple more clients.
Okay, so I know you're talking about annual, so what are you expecting your annual revenue to be as of January then? If you achieve the Genesis, will it bump up?
Yeah, so once the Genesis platform, or once our Genesis integration gets launched, their clients will be able to go through the Foundry to add our tool to their solution. And we're going to be moving to a user-based licensing agreement, because right now we're at a site license. That's how we started. Okay. And we add users to it. And then it's going to be a per user-based license starting with the Genesis App Foundry.
Okay. Thank you. Are you working full-time in the business right now, or are you working on other contracts at the same time?
We are still management consulting on the side in order to help fund development as well, but we are doing contact center operations, and a lot of our business is actually for the product sales is coming through our consulting business as well, through our contacts in the market.
Okay. Do you consider your IP to be the main barrier to competition, or are you using first mover advantage?
The first mover advantage. Right now, there is no capacity planning solution on the market, which is why all the workforce management platforms are contacting us to ask us to enter their marketplace. So Genesis has specifically said that they were planning to start building a solution, but it would take them like up to 3 to 4 years to build. So they decided it was more worthwhile to have us join their Foundry. So we're trying to do aggressive scale up in the market so we can be the first one out there.
Yeah, great. So then talking about the pricing model, you talked about moving from site to user license. Are there any tiering in the license as well? Is there like a premium gold?
There's 3 tiers. We have light, standard, and premium. And as we're building more of these features, like I mentioned in our product roadmap, they're going to be add-ons as well. So multi-skilling, multi-geography are going to be add-ons depending if the client needs us for additional cost per year.
Mm-hmm. And the onboarding process, is there a fee? What's the time, the cost to make that happen?
We have currently 1 hour of training associated with getting a license. Right now, like the intuitiveness of the solution is making people that have a trial, like we give people trials for 30 days. We're doing that so they can test it out. And the clients we have before the trial's even over, they want licenses and we don't even give them training. It's very intuitive. We have an online user guide and we really have gotten no requests for training beyond using the tool intuitively.
Okay. Have you evaluated the opportunity to scale your pricing based on performance? So SaaS fee plus performance fee?
We haven't evaluated that yet, but that is, we're very open to pricing changes, and we're currently revisiting our pricing only because we want to move to the user-based model as opposed to a site license.
Okay. And what do you consider to be the largest obstacle to adoption or integration of your product?
People don't like change, and they've been using Excel spreadsheets forever. Forever. In my 20 years in the industry, we're fighting against people's reluctance to change, and which is why we're offering the trials, because as soon as they start using the software, they're so excited that they want to change. So that trial is being beneficial to us for that adoption of the software.
As new competitors come to market, do you think your IP will protect your market?
We believe so. The algorithms are very detailed and very specific, and they've been bred out of more than 20 years of doing these type of formulas and equations. And they're very different to what's out there now. So which is why we're getting IP associated with them, because a lot of the very basic, like a lot of these workforce management platforms have very basic capacity planning, work volume times X equals Y. And no one's considering, you know, new hire learning curve or a lot of other considerations, including productivity that come in. So we're trying to protect those type of very specific algorithms within those calculations.
Well, Karen, you've done a great job presenting and answering the questions. Really appreciate your time today and look forward to seeing your success.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.